Welcome to the world of civil services. I am R.C. Sinha, founder of New Delhi IAS. Great reform in civil services examination. I would like to clarify before going ahead. Paper 1 that includes world geography, history, society. You should not get confused that you have to study sociology and society with reference to each and every country of the world. You should not get confused that you have to study world history in detail. It is basically what UPSC is asking you, as they have prescribed also, that you should know world geography in a way that if you are dealing, suppose international relation, take out example of India-Israel relation, then you are simply taking round of India-Israel relation, what are the constraints, what are the factors affecting their relation, that's all. But now you have to go into detail of the places they are in, like where is Gaza Patti, where is Har Homa, where is Aqaba Port, how is Aqaba Port significant for Palestine as well as Israel. Taking over Aqaba Port does mean that taking over oxygen from Palestine. How is it like that? So it does not mean now that you should go only by relation of this country to that country, that country to this country. Suppose we are going to have oil pipeline from Iran, from whatsoever country, you have to be aware of the geography, proper local geography, local tribes, local culture, whether they would be accepting or not accepting, what shall be the complete, but opposition, if we would be facing opposition on how many fronts, and how to deal with all these opposition. Unless we address any issue from geographical point of view, from historical point of view, and then coming from a social point of view, then only you can address the problem very properly. That is the intention of UPSC. So now they ask for your consent. It is not just knowing this or that, or just revising last hour that it is India-Israel relation, these are the core factors, Indo-Pak, these are the factors, Indo-US, these are the factors, and you are writing over the factors and writing the answer and getting happy. No, this will not work now. You will have to be a very good understanding. You have to have very good understanding of the subject, of the issue. Likewise, if you come to paper 2, for paper 1, I would like to come back to paper 1. One thing I would like to suggest always, that you must purchase a globe. It should be always on your table. It should be always in your hand. Fun's sake also, you keep revolving around the world, taking around the world. There is no need of visa passport. You are taking around the world free. Okay? But at the same time, it will be generating interest in you that where is exactly Mediterranean Sea, how does it affecting our monsoon, our economy, our climatic condition, weather condition and all. This should be in terms of passion, not just in terms of preparation. I repeat, in terms of passion, not in just terms of preparation. Yes. Paper 2, synchronized paper 2. It is asking you your conception of constitution. Constitution comes into action in form of polity. Then what is governance? The governance is related to relation among executive, legislative, judiciary. Fourth pillar is of course Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Yes. So interrelation among all these institutions, how are they able to exercise control over each other? How are they able to exercise accountability? Are they really maintaining their accountability? If not, there has to be probity in public life. How to probe public life? How to probe, how to investigate? If anything going wrong in judiciary, going wrong in executive, going wrong in legislature. That is the whole concept should be in your mind. And the purpose to know all these in totality, purpose is, that is mentioned in syllabus, social justice. Social justice, that means providing equal opportunity to same section of society. If the section is different, the opportunity would be different. So you have to ensure the opportunity should be very, very rational. That is the complete concept. Complete concept. One thing I would like to share with you, you see, number of times what happens while studying, somebody is studying constitution, if you ask him that what are the silent areas of constitution, they are not able to explain. They don't understand what is silent area. These are, in general term, these are undefined areas of constitution, like suppose failure of constitutional machinery in the state to impose central rule. But what is failure? What is failure of constitutional machinery? If the state government is having commanding majority on the floor of house and not able to maintain public order, is it not constitutional failure? But it is not written. Because of that, we are groping in dark. So let it be clear to, what should be. Likewise, that will be clear to polity, that would be clear in governance, that would be clear in fixing accountability and control system, that would be clear by probity in public life, and that is to ensure, and altogether is to ensure social justice. This is it. We have to come to third paper. Third paper says technology. They did not classify a particular technology. They have simply included technology. That does mean first and foremost thing, a candidate should be clear about technology. It's not preparing dictionary. Professionally speaking, when I ask number of this question, if in BTech, MTech they are, while having mock session of interview, I used to ask them, you explain what is technology. They explain like as they have surfed the net. They are not able to explain in common man's language, and they are going to interact with common man in a common man's language what it is. It is simply, suppose we are looking at tube light, it is conversion of electrical energy into light energy. This is law of conservation of energy, but it is not technology. It is the tube light is instrument, and the style by which electrical energy has been converted into light energy, that style is called technology. Very few candidates explain. That is very disappointing. That is really disappointing. Then comes that you should know the science policy of India. Nobody is interested unless it is asked. Indian Science Congress taking place every year in the month of Jan. Very few candidates you will find are taking very keen interest. Even media is not so highlighting that what resolutions are they really going to put them into action? What are the constraints? This should be a point of discussion among all of us. It should not be like just as a news and we are preparing for sake of qualifying and cracking the examination. This should not be the attitude, please. And technology further, you have to go into nuclear technology, space technology, communication technology, biotechnology, genetic engineering, robotics, nanotechnology. Yes, then when you understand technology very thoroughly, and then you go for the branching out of interest, not out of compulsion. Oh my God, I have to prepare. Not for that reason. It is like that. And for technology, we have to be very clear. It should be cost effective on one hand, within the purchasing power of common man. Secondly, the success of technology depends on whether it is eco-friendly, because whenever there is technical advancement, there would be environmental degradation. If we want to stop environmental degradation, it does not mean we should stop technology. It does mean that size of pollution, size of environmental degradation has to be there, but the size should be smaller than the size of technology. In other words, size of technology should be higher, larger in comparison to size of degradation and pollution. That we need what we in general term call sustainable development, the development which can be sustained for long, because it is cost effective and because it is eco-friendly. Then they have prescribed economic development, and economic development these days, because technology, economic development, environment, biodiversity, disaster management, all of them are properly interlinked. Third paper, as I spoke to, it is like technology, as I explained, economic development, that is related to environment, because of the fact the economic development should not be at the cost of environment. Biodiversity, that means we should not be self-centric, we should not be taking consideration of human interest only, we should take care of the interest of all around us, all around us. Then comes what? Then comes, apart from these, come disaster management. Do you know why disaster management has been especially focused into? Because disaster management in India, especially, we are concerned about our own country, has itself become disaster. Why? It is because of the fact, still we are to make our people aware of what exactly is disaster, how does it happen. People are sustaining flood every year, but they don't know why flood. As civil services aspirant, as tomorrow's civil servant, you have to be very clear about that why there is so high frequency of landslide on mountains, why that causing silting, that causing rise of riverbed, that causing change in the course of rivers, and that causing flood havoc. And that flood havoc, if the people get to know about all these things, naturally people will come forward and asking their political masters, make check dams, so that side dams on all the rivers, so that the surplus water should go inside the side canals. That would be increasing the command area, flood control measure. At the same time, it would be proper utilization of water resources. Do you know India is 5th country in terms of river resources, and our irrigation potential is confined to just 40%. All the rivers are full of politics and water. Why is it so? So disasters, disaster management in terms of man-made disaster or in terms of natural disaster, we have to know by reasons, and then only we can have remedial measures that will be quite effective. So it should be like a very applied preparation. It should not like that holding meeting over disaster, and when disaster takes place, we are found helpless. It is like that. One thing I would like to share with you that is paining everyone. Don't you know 9/11 changed USA and 26/11 changed India. Did you realize this? That 7, 8 people, 10 people came after having a tiring sea route journey of around 70 hours. No snacks, no coffee, no circuit house, no refreshment like civil servant. They immediately got into action by devoting, and another 78 hours of operations took entire economic capital for ransom, and we had been simply watching. We carried out operation, but do you know the cost? We lost our ATS chief, we lost brave IPS officers, encounter specialists, NSG commandos. That much, is it cost effective measure of disaster? No. Still we are in pain. Then when civil services attract the best talents, then what went wrong? What happens? Then whether it is train accident, bus accident, a kid falling in tunnel, we are calling army. Why? Whether it is communal violence, day-to-day agitation, protest, everywhere we seem to be helpless. Why? It is because of the fact till now, once again it is bitter but truth, civil services are mostly civil servants are paper tigers. Few are real tiger and tigress. Now you would say within 3-4 years, more and more real tiger and tigress and few paper tigers that we need. And to select such real tiger and tigress, paper 4 of general studies would be instrumental and decisive. Do you know what the paper 4 is asking you? It is asking you, first thing, ethics. What does it mean? Very simple. If you rule of law along with rule of situation. How is it related to ethics? It is related to like number of times what happens. There is as per rule of law, everyone has to come in queue. But don't you think a person who is senior in age, in queue for pension, not able to sustain, not able to stand, you are supposed to give him out of way favor by ensuring that no one should take undue favor. how to judge between rule of law and rule of situation, that would be the point of ethics. That would be the point of ethics. Ethics, and don't think that ethics is always fixed. Ethics also change along with time and condition. Ethics say, we don't tell a lie, don't tell a lie. But tell me, a person of one community in communal violence is taking shelter in another community, and person of another community coming along with sword and asking for that person whereabouts. Will you tell truth? Will you tell truth? No, no. If you tell truth, your truth would be brutally cut into pieces. You will forget truth. At that point in time, you have to tell lie. That is more ethical than truth. So ethics is not ever classical thing. Generally we have conception ethics is a classical thing. We carry out generation after generation. No way. Ethics is related to situation. If situation changes, then so ethics change. That you have to understand. But you will change ethics unless you have good situational understanding. For that reason, the second part is added. That is integrity. What is integrity? Integrity does mean you are an officer, you are leading a district. You first and foremost thing, generally when media people ask a district collector what is your priority, he says law and order maintenance, development of the district and this and that. Hardly you will find any officer saying that first I would like to address the intra-organizational complaints. Internal complaints of organization, unless you set your own house in order, you won't be able to set public order. You have to realize that. It is a teamwork. No one officer can do it. This is it. All the cases where IPS officer has been mowed down or killed or collector abducted or CO killed in public, it is all because of lack of integrity. Recently CO killed in UP, what happened? All left him. Why? As there was no integrity. Why? Because there is no teamwork. Why? Because internal organizational problem has never been addressed. This is UPSC wants. So it should be like that those who are writing for civil services, generally what happens while writing mains examination, they are quite scholarly, and when preparing for interview they try to have some applied knowledge by here coaching, there coaching, taking it granted that UPSC would be able to impress. No way. They are sitting there, they are much experienced people, and they are of course not taking you at par, but they would like to see that a spark in you. A spark is missing. Because of that, UPSC has included this fourth chapter, fourth paper of general studies, along with integrity, along with ethics, and finally aptitude that you are already facing in prelims examination. What is aptitude? Everybody has attitude, and when your attitude is in accordance to job requirement, it is aptitude. This is tested, and in preliminary you are given option that suppose a police station has been completely taken, and Naxalites have taken complete police station, and that police station is on top of hillock, suppose anyway it is on hillock, and they have warned the district administration that if they are not releasing the hardcore Naxalites, they would be killing the officer and constables every 1 hour. If you operate, they would be able to see from any corner. This is the critical situation you are facing. In such critical situation, in prelims there would be this kind of question, and you are given option 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 correct, 2, 3 correct, 3, 4 correct, like that. Or they may be asking set the right sequence of action 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, like that. But in mains examination now they are asking no option to you please. It should come from within. You design, you think, and you say. If you say this way, sir, unless we operate in administration, how can we be able to design such kind of a strategy in such kind of difficult situation? No, no, no. This is excuse, absolutely excuse. If you want to be a cinema star, don't you think that you are expected to know what is photography, what is choreography, what is music, what is impact of background music? A background music makes a situation, makes a scene very tense, or makes a scene very easy. Unless you know all these things, at least on basic level, no director, no producer will ever entertain you. This is it. This is it. So you have to be prepared, and this is really level playing field, optional. Of course, public administration, no doubt. It is not that I am professional of public administration, so I am recommending. I am nobody to recommend. You do understand from your logic that public administration, of course, majority would be opting, and UPSC also want that majority should opt for public administration, because you do know it is the UPSC which has promoted public administration. Indian university have never promoted public administration. Even today, very few university have public administration. Very few have, while other options are available in each and every university. And yes, those who are joining administration must know public administration before real action. They should know the design part of action. Okay, so it is not over. I will come back to you with more details, with more analysis. Wait for next. It is my pleasure always to come to you. Thank you. God bless.